Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of the course, and well, like I was saying, with the graphics tablet already installed if you have one, the truth is it's highly recommended, we'll finish shaping this petal, the basic shape, because now as I said, we'll put all the details. And well, for these we won't use much more brushes, we can use the Move Topological, Move Elastic, the standard brush, obviously the smooth brush. Okay, and for now, we have enough with this. We can even use clay buildup. That's just up to you, and depends on the way you work. We're going to take this and stretch it a bit around here. This zone here, we could finish filling it a bit. And well, as you see, I fast forward some parts in order not to stretch the process in time unnecessarily. Check out the brushes I use and have no fear when tweaking their parameters. Alright? We can also use Stream Dynamic in order to flatten some zones like this. See? Let's raise the resolution and recalculate the mesh. Using Stream Dynamic, as you see, I keep flattening these if necessary. And that's it, there's not much more work to do regarding this. We'll leave this like this, okay? And we'll apply the procedure we did before. We disable Dynamesh and apply Z-Remesher. Now we'll start from the resulting object, okay, which as you see has 6,800 polygons. We can delete the copy we made, we don't need it anymore. And we definitely keep this copy. And here's where we're going to work from divisions, not Dynamesh. So if you want, we can finish modifying the geometry of this model. Here, for example, I want it to end to be a bit sharper. And as I say, we can start to make the fun thing about all of these, which is start making subdivisions. For example, about 7 million polygons more or less, or even more. Depending on the computer you have, we can raise this quantity. And now we can use photographic references and look for thousands of examples. You know, I have a second screen in which I put other images in order to get ideas. So for these, we can also start from the background image and start some kind of detail. For this, first of all, we'll mark a bit the zones with Dam Standard. First of all, we'll flag where the main details would be, so we can apply some more detail later, okay? For example, using Dam Standard with an intensity of 33 approximately, which we'll check in a moment if this intensity works or not. Maybe it's a bit too strong. So we start doing all this geometry. Well, before we do anything, it's also important we consider that the option lazy mouse may be on. And if we raise this parameter, it'll be easier to mark these lines. And now it's only about patiently accentuating the parts we want. As I say, it's not necessary to copy the model below. Here we'll carve a leg. and another line here in this zone, like this. Around here, we'll make the chest. Okay. We're kind of tracing the main shape in order to later make all these to our taste. More or less like this. And here we could do the sphere that would cut around here. Okay. We can remove the floor to see more or less the shape all of these is taking. As you see, we're sketching this shape, the lines and all the details. As you see, Lazy Mouse helps us a lot in this task. You know, we can click in stroke and raise a bit more the radius, so this is even easier. We're going to make some tracks on the wings. Like this. Around here, and this part is really very fun and creative. Okay, now we can see if we can do all these circles wrapped around what will be some kind of frame. Notice that using symmetry, I can create different kinds of shape. Good. Here, for example, we could do some kind of eye. Like this. Good. I'm going to do some kind of pyramid. In this case, I'm going to do it right here. Like this. And now we can do these tracks like this in this part to simulate the pyramid's blocks. See? As you may have noticed, we're using very few brushes. Actually, for carving the details, we're only using dam standard. Here we'll do these lines. And a central line. Okay, perfect. Now the legs will use some imagination for them. In this case, we'll carve this line through this zone, like this. And here, if we lower a lot the diameter of the brush, we'll be able to create details in a more precise way. For now, we're going to leave it like this. We'll make some more detail here, for example. These would be the legs. I want them to be seen more, and that's why we carved them a bit more. All right. We can also make some horizontal lines and check out how easy it is to make lines having lazy mouse enabled. Notice also that we sometimes have this magnet effect in which when we carve a line, we go very near this point here, we can go on from here. We just have to move away a bit and continue here. Good, great. We're going to go on a bit, making some kind of cuts around here. Like this. And now we can, bit by bit, if we want, we can even raise the subdivision level to all of these. Let's see how many polygons there'd be. Okay, maybe that's too much. We'll better leave it at 7. Because I imagine many of you maybe don't have a powerful enough computer. And these can be a source of problems eventually. We could maybe raise the level of detail, but well, let's leave it at 6 with 7 million polygons and that's it. If you can, or have a powerful enough computer, you can raise this level of subdivision to a higher one, okay? In order to simply put more details. Now we'll use any of these brushes like clay buildup, for example, and we can start marking a bit more the zones. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through this part, but basically what you can see me doing is sculpting bit by bit with the brushes and creating more detail. On the wings, using the move brush, we can carve these little holes, okay? And patiently, bit by bit, you keep modeling. In the case of the eye, you can put on more or less detail, also depending on the time that you have, obviously. And we can also remove temporarily the lazy mouse radio in the stroke menu. And now in a more random way, start carving lines like this. All right? It's quite important for this to have the graphics tablet. What we need now is to set the details and finish shaping these zones here. Okay? like this. Notice that since we're working using symmetry, we're simultaneously working on the opposite part, obviously. Good. This way we give a bit more depth to this zone. As you see, we add and remove geometry, and as I'm saying, we don't have to be too precise because we're working on what will definitely be an old piece, right? A worn out piece. So it's not necessary that everything is model or symmetric. Good. So we're going to finish this part of the course here. And well, now for example, we can use an image in which there's Egyptian hieroglyphs and simply copy them. For example, I'm going to search for an image. Here, for example, just by Googling Egyptian hieroglyphs, we can just get a lot of images from which you can choose any of them and copy these elements into the beetle. Wherever you can see there's space, depending on what you've done, you can copy them. In this case, we'll use the damn standard brush, and well, I would use it in another place. In fact, it's possible that I take this beetle and modify it because, yeah, maybe move this pyramid down here so there's space to put the writings here. So, well, wherever you see fit, you can do it. Simply using the damn standard button, you can start doing these hieroglyphs. As you see, we can raise the subdivision level to 7 if you have a powerful enough computer. If not, that's okay. 7 million polygons are more than enough, okay? But well, in this case, I set it to subdivision 7, so the details are even more accentuated and are more precise. But that's not a problem. Now, for example, around here, I could carve these elements. I can use the stroke brush and lazy mouse and do these hieroglyphs, as I'm saying. Maybe the position is not ideal, but we can go back and apply them anywhere else if you want. Around here, I'll make some kind of pickaxe. You can even make some of them up. It's up to you entirely. Well, I don't like too much where I put the hieroglyphs, But we'll leave this part of the course here, and in the next part, we'll open a model. As you've seen in this course, you can model all of these as you can. You can place the pyramid down here, so you can have space for the hieroglyphs. Instead of drawing an eye here, you can draw it here, for example. What you'll see in the next lesson is this piece finished. So you do the same, and we'll continue with the substance painter. Alright, so that's all. I hope you like this part, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.